They don't want that free blues. Yo, this is Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. We are Bike. What up, boxing world? Welcome back to another Free Blues commentary. We have Devin The Dream Haney, the current WBC champion, lightweight champion of the world. As you can see here from a recent tweet, Devin is very, very, very excited. He says 2021 will be a huge year for me, starting with my two mandatories. If you don't know by now, Devin Haney is one of the most slept-on fighters at the lightweight division today. He's been written off by several promoters, including top-ranked Bob Arum, and also by a huge piece of the boxing world as well. Don't get it misconstrued. Devin Haney is the most talented lightweight in his class at 22 years old. A lot is at stake, and I would argue that the lightweight division is the most controversial division in boxing, with the four young lions: Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm just very happy that Devin Haney is finally getting the recognition that he deserves in the boxing world and by the WBC president, Mauricio Sullivan. In a recent mention, he has ordered that the winner of the title eliminator between Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell, the interim belt, will be Devin Haney's first mandatory, and then Javier Fortuna will be Devin Haney's second mandatory. With all the complications, they finally agreed to arrange this. Sources say there's only 3 fighters who have requested a franchise belt from the WBC. Those three names are Canelo, Alvaraz, Teofimo Lopez, and Lomachenko. Devin Haney and his camp, Bill Haney as well, the CEO of Devin Haney Promotions, they basically stated that they're not willing to take franchise belts instead of finding their mandatory fighters. Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, they have took the escape route and been fairly more conservative on their platforms and did not choose to fight Devin Haney or Gervonta Tank Davis. The difference is Devin Haney and his camp had to come out the mud, and look how far they have came. Devin Haney's father and trainer, Bill Haney, he has stated in the interview that Devin Haney has the same belts as a Sugar Ray Leonard, a Floyd Mayweather, or Muhammad Ali, meaning he's the real WBC champion, the same WBC belt that those other greats have held. And these other belts such as the franchise WBC champion, is pretty much the fabricated belt, basically sending shots like, these guys are not real world champions until they fight my son in Devin Haney. All the variables that the WBC has thrown at Devin Haney and his camp, they basically took it on the chin. There was another recent interview of Teofimo Lopez's dad saying on camera that he wants $10 million to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney tweeted out on social media, "Y'all said I haven't fought anybody, but Teofimo Lopez wants $10 million to ride off into the sunset with when I beat him." And he added his promoter, Eddie Hearn, and the top-ranked promoter, Teofimo Lopez's promoter, Bob Arum. I very much agree with Devin Haney here. It's something that's just not adding up on the side of Teofimo Lopez and his camp. At this point, Teofimo Lopez and his dad are probably still high from defeating Lomachenko in November. They feel as though they're more privileged in the lightweight division, as well as feeling that they are the A side in any fight against the other lightweight champions such as Devin Haney. I think really it shows as a defense mechanism. And if you aren't scared of Devin Haney, why just burst out that number, 10 million? Teofimo Lopez's dad was better off not saying anything, or just simply saying, when the fight is there, we're gonna step up to the plate and fight Devin Haney. To me, what he's saying is, by saying that you want 10 million, that's that high reward, at that price. What that shows is that Devin Haney is a great fighter and probably has superior skills than your son. So you want a high reward going into that fight, because you didn't get nowhere near that for Lomachenko. To my knowledge, you got about 1.2 million, and that's because Lomachenko took the cut. to make that fight happen. Sources show that Devin Haney has a net worth of $5 million compared to Teofimo Lopez's net worth of $2 million. Devin has also stated that he got paid twice as much when he fought Gamboa compared to when Teofimo Lopez fought Lomachenko, and that's a huge flex. Devin Haney's promotion, Devin Haney Promotions. He's also the youngest promoter in boxing, and he's tagged up with one of the best promoters in Eddie Hearn, who very much takes great care of Devin Haney and cuts some nice checks. Devin Haney got like $1 million to fight contenders before he fought Gamboa. Eddie Hearn of dazn Boxing, Matchroom Boxing, they've been taking care of Devin Haney. He got $1 million to fight Abdulaev, $1 million to fight that tough Puerto Rican fighter Santiago. WBA champion Gervonta Tank Davis holds the WBA belts at the super featherweight division and lightweight division. He is obviously the biggest draw, one of the biggest draws in boxing behind Canelo Alvaraz. Tank Davis got one of the biggest purses in boxing after he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz for that unified championship bout just this last October 31st. Like I've stated earlier in my previous videos, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has tainted the boxing game when it comes to money. It's not only about having superior skills, but who can secure the biggest bag. Eddie Hearn has also done a phenomenal job with Anthony Joshua in the UK. He's currently the cash cow at the heavyweight division. Assuming COVID ends and everyone gets vaccinated and you're able to have fights in these huge arenas, Eddie Hearn will have Devin Haney in his camp selling out arenas in Europe and these other different countries, and just being the epitome of a global boxing star, a real pivotal brand. Devin Haney, one of the smartest, him being the youngest promoter in the boxing game, he's definitely trying to follow that business module that Floyd Mayweather had set before him. And I agree with him that guys like Teofimo Lopez, who are requesting $10 million to fight him, and Gary Russell, who was requesting too much as well, these guys are just outpricing themselves out, just like Devin Haney says. In my opinion, when it's all said and done, between the other three young guns, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Tank Davis, Devin Haney will be one of the ones on the top of the food chain. The only thing that derailed him this year was a shoulder injury. The reason there was a mess this year with Devin Haney and the WBC, part of the mess was him getting the shoulder injury right after when he fought Alfredo Santiago, and that pretty much had stopped him from fighting Fortuna, the mandatory for that defense. It was a combination of his shoulder injury, and then COVID-19 had derailed the fights as well. The WBC almost forced Devin Haney to vacate his belt because of the shoulder injury, and he wasn't active. In the meantime, earlier this year, Fortuna was supposed to fight Campbell for that vacant WBC belt, but Devin Haney was reinstated as the WBC champ after he lobbied back to get his belt. He lobbied just earlier this year to get his title status restored. They love to make fun of Devin Haney and call him the email champ, but when these fighters are ducking and dodging him, and Teofimo Lopez, one of the only fighters in history that petitioned to get a franchise belt, a fake belt. But yeah, we'll just have to see. 2021 is looking very bright for the young star, Devin The Dream Haney. We'll just have to see how these fights come about and if Devin Haney will get his just due in the sport of boxing. Put in the comment section who you want to be at the top of the division of the lightweights: Devin The Dream Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia. And put it in the comments as well as the other fights you want to see. They don't want that free blues. Yo, thank you for watching another episode. This is Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. Until next time.